Hey everyone, Ben from Jeovany Roasters here. We're going to be tasting through a Honduras coffee. This is coming from the producer Jeovany Lara. This is a washed pacas lot. So let's get into it. So this coffee's always been one of my favorites. The dry smell on this coffee is just so prominent and big. Has this very bright kind of quince, green pear, a big melony smell to it. Just very bright, fresh, very sweet smelling coffee. It's one of those, as soon as it hits the grinder, just really hits your nose, and it's just big and vibrant and kind of exciting smelling. So this is a lot we're bringing in from Jeovany Lara that we're sourcing through San Vicente, which is run by Ben Paz and his family. Ben has done a lot for helping the whole Santa Barbara area really get a lot more recognition. Historically, it's a growing area in Honduras that wasn't as seen for producing very high quality coffees. And Ben has really helped build the infrastructure and has helped elevate the perception of coffees from Santa Barbara. A number of coffees from this area have done super well in different competitions now, and it's now recognized as one of the areas that produces some of the best coffees in the country. Important thing to note with coffee is that it's a chemically unstable beverage. So after you brew coffee, different compounds will kind of break down and rearrange. And specifically, you tend to see acidity, or at least perceived acidity, increase in coffee as it cools down. So that's one reason, if you've ever noticed, if you have coffee that's been sitting in an air pot for several hours, it doesn't taste as good as fresh coffee. A lot of those kind of delicate oils in coffee will just break down and they don't hold up very well. So I like thinking of coffee as being kind of a living, breathing, dynamic beverage, and treating it like that and allowing it to cool and tasting it through the whole process and enjoying it through the whole process. But yeah, typically I'd say after you brew fresh coffee, if you can be patient and just let it rest for just a couple minutes, that's when coffees really start to open up and get very expressive. So again, that big quince, pear, melon, a lot of cinnamon on this coffee as well. This very warm, spicy smell to it. Caramel, just very bright, fresh, fragrant, really, really beautiful coffee. I feel like Honduran coffees are just typically very sweet, caramely coffees. I think they can sometimes be associated with coffees that are maybe a little bit more flat and not quite as dynamic, which again is something that Ben Paz and San Vicente's really works to help elevate. So now especially from Santa Barbara, you see these coffees that do have that big sweetness, but are also very bright, very vibrant. So to me, this kind of exemplifies what I think of when I think of Honduran coffees. That, again, big, vibrant, sweet acidity. We had some confusion with Jeovany's name spelling. Pretty much every year we've bought coffee from him, his name is spelled differently on the packaging. And I guess he thinks it's really funny. And so he just spells his name several different ways. And it's one of his little jokes. This year it's spelled Jeovany. So I don't know. This year, Jeovany's been experimenting with some different processing methods as well. So this is a washed pacas that we're bringing in from him, but we also have a honey process that we're going to be bringing in a little bit later this year as well. That I'm very, very excited for. In general, there's like a few rules of thumb that you could apply for roasting coffees from different areas, but each coffee has its own unique roast profile, and the kind of the sweet spot for each coffee is very, very specific. So it's a thing where you just have to keep roasting and cupping, and you find the profiles that are most successful for each specific lot that you bring in. You definitely see different roasters will treat and develop coffees differently. You know, I'm not trying to make subjective choices. I'm trying to develop coffees in a way that I think are just objectively the best developed and, you know, most balanced and complex and interesting. All right, here we go. So again, big, bright, juicy, that sweet melon, that quince. This one I'd say is a little bit of a lighter body coffee. It's got that very nice cinnamon kind of back ends to it. But despite having, I'd say, a little bit of a higher acidity, this coffee is very balanced. It's a coffee that you could crush and not think about and just have it be a really delicious crushable coffee. Or it's one that you could be more specific about and start picking out and noticing, oh, there's a lot to this coffee. It's actually very complex. Yeah. So again, this is coffee from Jeovany Lara. This is a washed pacas coming to us through San Vicente. Quince, pear, melon, cinnamon, caramel, sweet, crushable coffee. You can find us on our website at jovianroasters.com.